No.
But anyway,
Close
I
enough.
don't think this episode is about names. So what are we talking about today?
So we're going to be talking. We actually had a guest lined up today. I got an email this morning. It was actually going to be a fun episode on blackmail. We were going to be basically how to protect yourself from blackmail online and other, I guess, whether it's online or offline or whatever. This guy's an expert on this stuff. And so we had to reschedule with him. He had something come up at the last minute. So we've had to push that interview back. So today we're going to be talking about the number one most important skill that you can be developing. And hopefully you've already been developing that in the age of AI, and why this skill is going to be more important than ever in the next 20 years, 10 to 20 years. I say 20 years, I'll be retired. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not.
You may be retired before then if AI keeps up the way it's
going.
That's
right.
Who knows?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm reading about, Mark Ford.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. what's his alter ego
Michael
name?
Masterson. Yeah. He's pretty much dropped that completely at this point.
Okay.
But he has a newsletter and I'm on it, and his weekly newsletter, the last 3 weeks, he's doing this 4-part series on AI and how it's going to take everybody's jobs and all that kind of stuff. And then part 4 is what to do about it. So yeah, he's very bearish.
He really believes that, huh? He's bearish. See, I'm bullish.
He believes there's some opportunity. He's bullish in the fact that it's going to lower prices, but it's going to lower wages. It's going to lower all that stuff, especially for the knowledge workers first. So it's and some of his research is a little off. I actually emailed him back on a couple things that I felt like he missed. Not that he's going to listen to me, but
right.
Like he said, he was comparing it to the Industrial Revolution and how it wasn't as capital expensive as railroads and that kind of stuff. And I was like, whoa, not true. Yeah. These data centers are expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And in, comparing dollars for dollars, inflation adjusted, AI is costing more in physical build out than the railroads did in the, 1800s and 1900s. Yeah. So it's actually more capital intensive than the railroads were. So, and all that
and
stuff.
now I'm talking to, talking about these data centers going up. Now they're talking about launching them up into space, orbital data centers, so we're going to have satellites and data centers, all sorts of
that makes a lot of sense actually though. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's cold up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, even if you could get them to float.
That's the misconception. Space is a vacuum. So
there's no cold there.
It's not cold.
Well, it's not hot either then, right?
It's not hot. Yeah. It's just a huge vacuum.
Yeah.
Now it depends if you're close, if it's low orbit, I don't know. There may be some cooling in the low orbit, but
yeah, because if you're in the atmosphere and you're high, you're definitely cold. So maybe they just hook some balloons to them and float them up above us.
Yeah.
Beam down the tokens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to figure that out because I know Texas is now New York block data center building. Texas just did.
Yeah,
this week, I think
we did here in our area.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's getting tough. I think they should dig them inside of like mountains in Colorado or something where it's 58 degrees all the time.
Yeah. I'm thinking like all this land. I mean, when you fly commercial, I mean, you see all this open land that nobody's, just, I don't know. Yeah. Some of it's probably government land and everything, but it's crazy how much land there is, but they want to put one slide, right. Of course, I know you have to have it located near sources of water, and that's important.
They should just build them in the medians between the highways.
Yeah.
There's plenty of land there. You know how much land? I've thought about that so many times for different things. Like you could plant crops in there. There's so much you could do in the medians on the interstate highways. It's just sitting there.
Just sitting. Just dead space.
Yeah. And they got to mow it every month. Like just put some data centers there, Why not? So one long, 30-mile long data center.
It's funny. The people that argue against all the water usage on these data centers, so I don't know what to think on these things, but your average golf course, your municipal golf course, or even your private golf course probably uses more water to maintain 18 holes than probably these data centers use.
Well, I did do. Well, David's in the house, by the way. We have a guest.
All right,
snuck into the green room. I guess we should bring him on.
The Dutton. So we have David Dutton joining us to talk about this topic, because we're talking the number one skill.
We're going all over the place today.
That you have to have, and there's no one.
There he is.
So I'm about to see my pants, y'all.
That's all right. That's what we do.
Y'all got a bigger crowd. I feel like the crowd was a little bigger today.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like clapping more.
Yeah, we had a little more budget. We were able to hire a few extras.
You rolling the dice. You felt really good. Like, we need a little bit more crowd. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Like,
yeah.
Dave, you remember this book, right?
Oh yeah, dude. It's still, it's good.
Would you say that this, have you looked at that in any recent time? I know.
God, no. I mean, no, it's fascinating. And all that stuff's going to be forgotten.
Oh,
like I'll every now and then, once a year, I look at his stuff, and just in general, him and a lot of greats.
Yeah.
And you just forget about that stuff. Like, I don't even know if he talks about that stuff anymore. He's probably written 5 more books since then or something, but
probably so.
It's so
by the way, for our listeners, we're talking about Never Eat Alone, since Jonathan didn't say the title.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
David, quick pop question. When do you think that was published?
Oh, okay. So this is 2000. This is good. 2026. When was it published? Give me just a second. I'm gonna go 2008 to 2010. I mean, I know it's like
close. It's pretty close. 2005.
Oh, okay. It was fringe. It was a little bit. I was like, oh, is it early 2000s? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
it probably got popular around that time. Probably started taking off.
Yeah. Yep. I still love it. I mean, y'all know I do events. I'm still like a big. Nothing eats. In fact, even when I do consult, it's not an event, but like, well, it is an event, but like on my second qualification call when I'm doing consultation, I'm meeting people in person. Like, and y'all know I'm picking on my time, but like, there's nothing like one-on-one.
Yep.
And stuff like that. Are y'all drunk yet? I need to be drunk.
Not yet. But we're getting to our favorite part of the show where we look at what's in that glass of yours.
I know.
So we got to know what are you having today?
All right. So here's what I got. I'm about to pull it out. Like, I literally walked in the door 20 minutes ago, and hair's still on fire and everything. And we don't have a lot of alcohol in our house right now. No, we're not against it. It ain't prohibition, nothing. But I had orange juice, and I had this. I have 4 Roses small batch. That's literally I had to end. I have this that will probably be drunk by the end of the podcast. I have this Elijah Craig right here, small batch. I think Al Capone made it, and then I got these, and that's what I'm going on with orange juice. A big old thing.
Bourbon and OJ. That's
I mean,
one way to go.
That's one way to go. Yeah, that's what I say. I was like,
it might not be bad though.
I don't think so. There's a lot of orange juice in it, and I was just like, all right, let's just pour it in, and that's what I usually do. I did have some gross root beer powder, A&W, but they did not miss the mark. I mean, they did not hit the mark. I still drink it, throw it in my water bottle and all that, but it's just not great. And I almost threw that in there. Not orange juice, but I almost threw that. But I was like, no, man, it's already kind of gross right now. But this is good. This is money. Yep.
All right. Good.
Where y'all got? I know y'all got alcohol.
Yeah. So I had a variety pack that I bought a couple weeks ago. So I'm on the third variety of the variety pack. So I've got these Cutwater little drinks.
Take my money.
Strawberry margarita. They're pre-mixed cocktails, and they taste.
Yeah, they are.
I've said it the last 2 weeks. They taste exactly like a restaurant quality margarita.
Man,
I think that's one of the rest of my night.
Yeah. So Cutwater. Strawberry margarita is what I'm having.
Got a little salt on hand there, Sean.
I'm gonna get on Walmart order and place a Walmart order. Try to get that thing done by the time this podcast is over.
Yeah.
Delivered to me.
They're tiny, like they're little, like 6 ounce, but
They are.
they're 12 and a half, 10
Yeah,
to 12 and a half.
This restaurant
percent.
that I'm going for 4, at least. I'm going for 4, like 4
Yeah.
minis. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jonathan.
I have something called a Barrique Summer Schwartz. I tried to find it. They don't have a website, so I don't know.
I like the packaging. Reminds me of root beer, of course, but
yeah, it's I guess you pronounce it Barrique. It's a German style black lager. Oh shoot, they're in Nashville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Barrique Brewing and Blending in Nashville, Tennessee. I've never heard of them. It's designed as a low gravity, highly drinkable variation of traditional dark lager. So
highly drinkable.
That's
a good phrase. That's fresh.
Yeah,
because it makes you want to drink it. It's a little like what's the Tony Robbins, like what's the language where
NLP.
it makes NLP, NLP. A little NLP-ish, kind of like drinkable. Like
it's kind of like the little. It's kind of like the little enjoy above the Coca-Cola name, right? Little subliminal.
That's right.
Enjoy Coca-Cola.
This says 9 weeks. It took them to, that's their production time. 9 weeks on this thing.
Goodness.
That's too long for me. I didn't get impatient and throw it away.
Well, let's do a quick cheers while David's closing a deal on his phone.
Cheers.
To skills AI can't replace.
That's right.
That's cool. That'll be interesting.
AI will never replace Dutton.
No, man. This 1.9 GPA and all that, it's just too unique.
Irreplaceable.
Hey, Dave, I was mentioning Plod. I think I'd mentioned Plod, but it's like Claude, but it's with a P.
All right, I got that much.
It's
a recording device, right? AI recording device.
It's a wearable AI. So the reason I mentioned that is some of these people are now, I think, isn't Rich Sheffrin, isn't he doing that where he's recording himself all the time and basically duplicating himself?
That's got to be just great at parties, right? I mean, you're just recording everything. Like, you got to just be the biggest dork in the room, sitting there recording everybody's conversations.
Hold up 1 second. Let me hit record. No, funny you asked. I'm at early stage, seed company.
Yeah.
I do wear that.
Could you repeat that? I didn't have record pressed. Could you repeat that?
I wear that into some meetings sometimes.
I love it. I totally do it.
Because I can't remember everything that they tell me, and
do you tell them you're recording, or do you just take it in and do it?
Because I'm not taking. Now, if I were doing something that I wouldn't ever record proprietary secrets or anything like that. Yeah. But typically, I'll just hit I'll have it it's very discreet. I'll just hit record while we're talking.
Yeah. I've been doing it on consultations, but I just do voice memo. Hey, would you mind if I record this? Or I'll hit record if it's on the phone.
Right.
Hey, would you do me a favor? I talk to freaking so many people. Would you mind if I just record this? Literally, I'm just getting a transcript just so I can, that's
right.
Yeah. So
that's a good emotionally intelligent phrase right there. Hey, do you mind? See, that's what we're talking about today.
No, that's great. I love that.
Trying to pull us back on track here. So
yeah, there you go.
I remember when I taught Sunday school back in the day, different age groups, all from adults, everything. That was one of the skills you had to learn, because you always got the one person in the class that's just going to go off on a tangent.
Yes,
you got to figure out how to segue back to the conversation without making them feel bad.
Yeah. So you say, "Oh, that's a good segue into our topic."
And someday we'll find out if the Earth is round or flat. And I could bring that up, and
All right. So ratings. What do you rate yours?
I'm going 5 out of 5. Like, I would drink this again. It's a lot of orange juice and a bit. Yep. Good choice right off the bat. So, you got orange juice and you got sample bottles, then you're winning. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with I think I've been in the 4.75 range, so I'm just going to stick with that. Super high quality, Yeah. Can's too small, but other than that, it's pretty good.
That sounds really good on a hot summer.
Nobody wants
Yeah.
small. Like it's like, no, man, that's good. I want.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to come out with their 40-ounce size, any moment,
I love it. Yeah, that's what you need, man. I'm big. Like if I like something, that's the thing. I have an obsessive personality. If I like something, I'm all in on everything. Like that's why I like. If I have root beer, it's gone, like literally gone in a day. If there's IBC root beer or something like that in our house,
yeah,
it's literally gone tonight. Like it's on, and it's like 2:30 right now my time. Like it'll be gone tonight. That's why we don't bring it here. So, what about you, Jonathan?
I'll give it a 4. I give it a 4.1. Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, it's good.
Whatever. Yep.
Yeah, it's whatever.
That's a big jump from last week. So
I just didn't highly drink it. It's not highly drinkable, but drink it.
I had a last week, David. I had a non-alcoholic Corona, and that one got a
shrimp. Yeah,
got a 0.5. It had 0.5% alcohol, so I rated it 0.5 on the podcast.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I like that.
And they turned down our sponsorship too. So
that's right. That's right. They said, "Don't call us."
Well, David, we'll recap real quick. So what we're doing here today is we're talking about the most important skill to develop in the age of AI. And I don't know if Jonathan sent you the cheat sheet or not.
I don't know. I wouldn't even have time. I just got here. But yeah, keep going.
We'll share.
Yeah. So basically, that's the big secret. Let me just spoil the ending. Is emotional intelligence or emotional, EQ, EI, depending on who you talk to.
Or is this your opinion?
That's what we're saying. This is a lot. I mean, Jonathan pulled some. Yeah, Jonathan pulled some articles from Forbes and Fast Company and Fortune and the Wall Street Journal. They've all got articles that say that.
That's an interesting topic. I hadn't even thought that far yet, but I mean, eventually it may get there. I don't know because the whole 1.9 holds me back or whatever GPA, but it's like that makes sense though. Like I could see that because there's that intangible. There's that intangible. Like that's why I meet in person and talk to somebody between your eyes.
Well, that's why I wanted to have you on, David, because I mean you're a people person.
Yeah.
I'm in sales, so all of my stuff. I don't like calls. I don't like.
Yeah, you don't. You never have. Yeah.
I always let it go to voicemail. I don't like texting. I love face to face. There's something about the all of the nonverbal cues in communication.
Facts.
In a face to face meeting, and so I've always loved that, and I feel more comfortable in a face to face meeting than any other venue, just because I like dealing with people that way. But there's a lot of people that don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you feel uncomfortable in a text or a phone?
I don't feel uncomfortable with a text. Now with phone, sometimes if it's somebody I'm familiar with, I don't. But if it's somebody that I'm not familiar with, new, because I don't know, I really don't know how to read them initially. So if you don't know how to read somebody, the best way to read somebody is through face-to-face communication. And so I can't do that. And if it's a new contact, then that makes me a little, it puts me a little bit on edge because I like to meet somebody in person for the first time, face-to-face. So,
I mean, COVID jacked that up. I mean, everybody's doing Zoom, which the positive of Zoom is they'll do videos, so you get to see it. I'm cool. I mean, it's a step down for me. It's 90% versus 100% as far as like face-to-face is ultimate. People are still joining Mary Kay and they're still joining Amway because it's like, it's face-to-face home parties and stuff like that.
Right.
But Zoom is probably like 9 out of 10, maybe. I feel like because you can still see their eyes and voice and all that stuff. But like I said, and I could do Zoom with my things, but I'm like, dude, I'm local. You can feel, touch, taste, all that stuff, whatever, and it's just like, hey, come meet me, man. You see me on the internet, you see me run all those mads, but dude, this is who I am offline too. Like there's nothing like that. You can't fake that.
Yeah.
But I think it is a skill that's going away or seems to be.
Right? What is?
Just the emotional intelligence and being able to do that. Like, because a lot of people now prefer texting over talking.
Oh yeah.
They prefer, everybody's, nobody's going to call the local Chinese restaurant to put their order in, or Domino's to put their order in. They're putting it through an app, so they don't have to talk to anybody. So they don't have to. It's not just because it's easier. We have them because nobody wanted to talk to anybody anymore, and it is easier. I will say it's easier because I worked at Domino's in college and after, and it gets hard to answer all the phones on Friday night. Like you just can't keep up. Where an app can just send them through. So I get it, but it's trained people to avoid conversation.
Oh God,
there's no friction, and that's one of the things I pulled up. I was thinking about this, and I was like, so what is scarce right now? Because whatever is scarce will become valuable, right? So knowledge is no longer scarce,
right?
Yeah, no.
We
what
have
is
scarce? Yeah,
right. So whatever's scarce becomes valuable, and so one of the things that as a big category, I think, is emotional intelligence.
Yeah,
but I was like, what does that mean? Like, yeah. So what does that look like in a day to day? And here's some of the things that I went to a non-human to ask. I was like, so it said unfiltered reactions from real people in real time with real stakes. Because most of the interaction we have with other people these days is through a screen. It's edited. Other than Zoom. I mean, Zoom's typically not edited, but you could turn your screen off if you're uncomfortable. You can you can turn your camera off if you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or if you get a little nervous, you can turn that off. And a lot of people do. Like they get fidgety and they don't like being seen, so they'll just turn their camera off unless you're in a place where they just require your cameras to be on.
Right.
So unfiltered reactions from real people in real time with real stakes. That is something that is becoming scarce. And then learning how to deal with that is kind of what we're talking about today. Like, how do you react in real time when there's really friction and it's not an edited, you don't have 2 minutes to respond by text or 2 days to respond by text, right? It's like they just said something and you got to answer, or you got to look stupid, or you got to stand there and
they push
said.
back on something you say, or there's confrontation. You got to, a lot of people just don't know how to deal with that right now.
Yeah. A lot of people can't deal with it when they've got time to think about it, like in a chat thread or somebody posts on social media, a comment about your comment. Yeah. And you've got time to digest it and time to like come up with your response and ask your friend, like, do you see this post? What do I say? Like, you don't have time for that if it's a real conversation with real stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a skill that we're losing because we're not in enough of those situations on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, look at neighborhood groups. Dude, nobody talks to their neighbors.
No, you're absolutely right.
Look, I don't want to be that person, but that person didn't weed eat their yard. And I was like, bro, what do they say when you talk to them? Yeah. Well, I should have to go talk to them. I'm like, post on Facebook.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever had to talk to your neighbors, David? Cut your damn yard, man.
That's another episode, man. I took it from the house. Somebody was smarting off. I told him 3156. Told him that address. Yeah, come over. One guy did, and he had an anger problem. But what he don't know is I hit record before I went out there, and in Tennessee you can do that. He don't even know, and I got him blowing up. I'm like,
that's right. That's right, buddy.
But that was a couple of years ago. I should have blocked him and all that. But I was like, I was talking calm to him, but nobody does that anymore. And it's just like I had somebody else like say something, and I'm like, I messaged him probably because I am very big on talking. Like, hey, let's just talk about it.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm open. Like, talk to me.
Yep.
This girl, I told her, I'm like, man, I don't even know you. If I saw you in Publix, I would not know who you are. I've never researched you. I don't know you, but I'm gonna make it easy for you, and I'm just gonna block you.
Yeah.
So I asked you to come to my house, not alone. My wife's here, everything. And what do you want to talk about? You know what I want to talk about, woman. Like, and anyway, but nobody wants to do that. And but the people, Sean, but like the people that do, they get ahead. Like on everything, they get it. They just get ahead.
Right. I find that one of the biggest reasons, at least in my industry, where there's lost business, where companies lose business, it's usually not product performance or you know, what they've done. It's a lack of communication with
100%.
their customers. 100% of the time, where there's not been clear parameters, there's clear communication, there's been no follow-up. And even if you have even if your product or whatever you're doing is performing a little under their expectations, communication will resolve a lot of the issues there. But most people are afraid to deal with the problem or deal with the frustration of that client or that customer. Yeah. And if you can't do that, you're in a world of trouble, you know?
Yeah. I know when I've worked with realtors in the past, and, you know, we had a house listed, and, you know, you don't really know what's going on, right? You don't know how many people are acquiring or asking or things like that. And all we were asking for is like a weekly update to kind of keep us in the loop, knowing what's going on. And there was just silence, you know, and it's just like, you know, little things like that. It's just not being willing to talk and to communicate. It just, it's a deal killer, man.
Yeah.
No. Well, you know, there's an interesting thing Tim Davis has talked about, that my wife is a great example. Like, she hates confrontation. Now, when I say confrontation, it's just a hard topic. Like, not like, oh man, we're angry and all this stuff. Just like, you know, crap, I gotta have this. I had a conversation today with my videographer. I just had to. I don't want to do it. I didn't fire him, but I was just kind of like, bro, I need ridiculousness. I need, like, you know, I need art, you know, all this stuff, whatever. And you're just not cutting it. Like, but I think you can do better. But man, my wife would never have that conversation. It was fine. It was a good conversation. I mean, I didn't want to do it. It's awkward. But I was like, that last video shoot you did, no, man. Like, that just, there are things that I caught that I'm like, dude, I'm paying you $500 just to shoot. You're a shooter, you know, like, do your thing. I shouldn't have to, like, look over his shoulder. Should we need more lighting there?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you should know that. he should know that.
He should know that. Like, every now and then there's an audible, and, you know, because we're kind of on the fly. We don't know where we're going to shoot and things, sometimes in somebody's house or office. But there are a few things I'm like, bro, like, the camera's too high. So, like, as you know, like in a movie, if the camera's high and there's Jonathan down there, like, it's more submissive. It's more not authoritative versus like eye level or a little beneath a little bit. It's just like, oh, it's more authoritative. That's just that's 101 on editing. That's just, and I'm like, but Tim Davis talks about how personality types, the disc profile, that there are people that no confrontation. It's just, you know, they just don't want to talk about it. And I think it's probably most of the world. I don't know which one it is. C, it's not D or I, but it's probably like a C something.
I don't know about the disc, but in Enneagrams, because Rachel knows the Enneagram scale, and that's typically, I think that's 9. 9 are personality types who hate confrontation, and they'll do everything they can to avoid it.
Yeah, peacemaker type. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm that way. I don't enjoy it, but I've learned, you know, after 5 decades, that, like, sometimes you just got to have those conversations.
Yep,
you do.
Right.
I got this saying that I tell coaching clients, and that's like, everything you want is on the other side of a conversation you're not having.
Yep.
That's fact. Yeah. I mean, just talk about it. And I told him I wouldn't fire him. I was like, hey, I mean, I probably wouldn't fire you over text or something. I think it's lame, but that last shoot, I'm not even, you know, thrilled. But I said, hey, just so you know, I'm not firing you. I'm just like, give me another shot and just say, hey man, like, I need you. I'm hiring experts. I'm there. I'm Dr. Dre dropping the beats. Like, I'm like, you know, that's how I see myself, as just like, I'm going to put all this together. We're going to sell stuff for the customer. But I want a video where I would text my friends, bro, did you see what I just did? If I'm not doing that, then I won't put that out to my customer. I'm not even telling my customer about it.
Yeah.
And I said, that's what I need you to do. And I told my editor jacked it too. And I did a video with him on Instagram. I didn't know you could do that. And I was just like, bro, like, I need to look at you in the eye. I am the captain now, you know. And no, he's a good guy. And I said, bro, I'm paying you full time.
Yeah.
If I can do that, which I don't have the time.
Then why do I need you? Right.
Yeah, but I just go with somebody, like, I need art, I need beauty, I need, like, persuasion.
Yeah.
And so, but he was cool. But that next draft, man, this next draft I just got, it's fire. You know, it's good. So He said, man, I think you're gonna love this one. And I don't know if the client does, but I'm like, you know what? This is good. This is where I need to be.
Yeah. So that's a good point from your perspective, David, because I think Sean's gonna offer. He's gonna play a little devil's advocate here shortly, which I love.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation. Like,
yeah,
nobody talks about emotional. I mean, nerds like us talk about it, but like people that are in the game. But
yeah,
I don't think 9 out of 10 people even know what emotional intelligence is. Unfortunately, I think it's a gift, and not everybody has it, and not everybody has. I think God probably made me a personality type that will go, because like I've had conversations with my dad before and different things. Shit, I don't want to do it. I've had to do stuff like put a conservatorship with my aunt because my dad wouldn't do it because it's his sister, but she was getting dementia. And nobody would stand up. Her kids were deadbeats, and I had to do it. And I'm not even an angel for it. I'm like, I took a week before I did it.
Yeah.
And I took a week because I was like, oh shit, like, and man, but I thank God, but God makes all personality types, and I just all right.
And I think it does I think it comes easier for some people, but it's still a skill that you can develop.
Right.
Like any skill, right? Some people are fast runners and they can get faster.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But a slow person can get faster too. Like they'll never be as fast as the naturally fast people.
Sure.
But emotional intelligence is the same way. It's a skill you can develop.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think I've had it naturally. Like I've always been more emotional. And
but you practice it a lot.
Yeah.
Because
you're always genuinely curious too, David. And that helps. If you're a curious person, then I think that always works in your favor, because you're not always like you're actually inquisitive. You have an inquisitive
always mind. Yeah, I will say 2004 I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, and I had a roommate, one of my best friends, Blue, back in the day, I can still see myself when he was sitting on the couch and I was standing up in the living room, and I don't know what the discussion was, but I was wrestling with emotional intelligence, which is, again, definitely back then when talked about a lot. This is 2004 specifically. And I was just wrestling with it, man. I was like, man, it's like kind of sissy. And because I was more emotional than most guys. And like, bro, you think James Cameron and who did E.T.?
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. You think those bros aren't emotional? You don't do Titanic and E.T. and stuff like that and not emotional. Yeah. And, you got, there's other people, Robert Redford or whoever, Robert Redford pulls out or I mean, it sounds weird because he's hardcore. Who's like 90 years old? Wayne. No, he's a director.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint
Eastwood. Oh, yeah.
Bro, if he directs a movie, like, I'm saying, it's just that extra, like, man, that's deep. Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when I settled 2004. After that conversation, I still see I'm standing up and Blue's right over there and visual like it was yesterday. I settled that I was more emotional. And as you know, both y'all know, but definitely Sean, like when you're writing sales copy and marketing, man, it's a gift. It's almost lethal. Like, where like when you can relate and empathetic, and it's real. It's just, I think, part God given. I guess all things God given, but it's like part, man. It's like I have an advantage over people, and of course that was like 2004, so it's been a minute, 20 years ago or something.
Yep.
So yeah, I wish more people had it. And then I think, I don't know about training. I don't disagree, but I find that interesting. I've never thought about it because I just take it for granted. But God, age, shit. I'm way more merciful with people now at 48.
Yeah.
And that's why
that's wisdom. Like,
you just know, like, all right, like, slow down a little bit. Like, he's jacked up. Okay. So is everybody else. All right.
It goes back to, remember the 7 habits, like Stephen Covey, that he talks about. Like, I always remember that story of the person that's on the subway or whatever, and he's frustrated. The kids are running wild, and so he's, he starts to what is he? He criticizes the guy for not having control of his children, and the guy's like, "I just lost my wife, yesterday."
Oh, wow.
So it's like,
dang.
like, oh.
And that's a weird thing. I say weird, but that, like,
Yeah.
Bro, that is happening every day.
Oh yeah.
God,
Everybody's
that's-
dealing with a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might make a Facebook post about it. That's an intro. I didn't know that story, but
Yeah. Oh
Man.
man, that's that one stands out to me in the book, you know, because I'm like,
Yeah, it's probably the best story in the book that just really hits. I mean, it hits on all 7 principles
oh my God.
like
Yeah.
at once, you know.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think it is in the early section of the book too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think that was under seek first to understand, then be understood. I think
Yep.
is where it
Exactly.
was.
Hmm. Yeah.
So here's my pushback a little bit
Mhm.
with
All
AI
right.
specifically.
Yep.
And I keep going back to that scene in the movie Passengers with Chris Pratt and
Mhm.
where they're, you know, in space. They're the only 2 people left. He wakes up Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh
She's
yeah.
pissed when she finds out and all that kind of stuff. But he's got the bartender guy, Arthur. All right.
Mhm.
There's the bartender AI robot guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like,
I'd seen it. Yep.
he's very emotionally, well, hopefully I'm
No,
not
yeah,
giving
go ahead, do it.
spoilers.
Yeah,
He's only 15
you know.
years old. So,
they were before time right there. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So,
correct.
he's talking to him, you know, and the guy's like bartending and, you know, he's giving him advice and he's makes him feel comfortable and he makes him feel
Yeah.
safe. And he's like,
Yeah.
so is that what emotional intelligence is? This is my pushback. Is that what it is? Like listening to someone, relatability, like giving them a place to, you know, to vent or feel whatever they're feeling. Is that all there is, or is there more to it? Because I believe a computer will be able to do that. If you add in the text capabilities and some of the reasoning, it will be able to perform at least
Mhm.
emotional intelligence. Now, whether it's actual emotional intelligence is probably up for
Right.
debate, but it will
Mhm.
feel and look and sound, especially when you add in robotics and a camera that's reading every micro expression on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be as good or better than most humans
I
at
think I agree.
reading another human.
I think so. No, I 100% agree.
So, so then if that's true, then what? And that's all just like a program.
But here's the deal, Sean. Yes, you're right to some level, but at the end of the day, I still know I'm talking to a machine.
You're conscious of it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
And so that
do
affects
you-
everything when I know that I'm ultimately, even though it's gained a lot
Yeah.
of intelligence, I still know
Mhm.
at the end of the day, most of the time, what I'm conversing with.
I agree with
And-
that. And I would again push back and say there's a lot of people already that are choosing AI
Yeah.
in a chat over human because they feel safer with the AI than they do with a human.
I've heard that. People, like young people, are using it as a counselor.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I've heard that.
because
Therapist, yeah.
to that point, they haven't developed the soft skills of
Yeah.
interacting with human
Yeah.
beings.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's
Right.
more it's easier to interact with a machine than it is than it is to interact with a human being out there for them.
Thank
Yeah.
you, COVID. I appreciate that, COVID. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, lockdowns, pandemic.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So no, and I agree with you. I think if you want to get a little woo, I do think there is an energy, and I think you can back this up scientifically too with
Mhm.
energy fields and, you know,
Yes.
that kind of stuff. Like there is like somebody can walk into a room and you can know pretty quickly what mood they're in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
if it's
face
your wife.
expression.
Especially if it's your wife. You can identify it very quickly.
Mhm.
Right. And it can shift the entire energy of a room. Like you could have 5 people in a room and one person walks in. They don't say a word.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the whole energy of the room shifts. Like we've all felt that at some point, right?
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think a robot, even a very sophisticated, well-trained robot, I'm giving myself the other side now.
Sure.
Like I don't think a very sophisticated, very well-programmed AI robot will have the same effect when it walks in a room.
That's a great man. That's a good point. When I used to work at Sears back in the day, that was my last real job or college job, or real job, whatever. But like I knew people bought my energy. And that's when I got on camera about 2007 when it was so hard to get on camera. It was like Firewire. I still don't know I still don't know what a Firewire cord is. But anyway, but it was hard to get a video from a camera on there or whatever. And back in the day. But,
yeah, these great camcorders, but you couldn't get the video on the computer.
It was a legit, like, okay, now tell me again, like, what you gotta do? Like, Firewire, where am I gonna Firewire record? HDMI, I don't think was out yet. I don't know. But anyway, so I knew at Sears people bought my energy, and I didn't know anything. I had no knowledge, but I knew people bought my energy. And that was before. Now people tell me about my energy, and I'm not saying narcissistically or anything. I'm very in tune with the words people use about me: interesting, different, approachable. I know there's 5 words that most people will say about me or whatever, just off the cuff. Like, I don't even ask. But anyway, when I got on video in a weird way, don't know if this is too woo woo, but back in the day, 2007, people were scared of like people stealing their credit cards and internet security and stuff. And I wanted the guy in Australia to realize that I was not going to steal his credit card. And I was trying, when I would get on video, I'd still this day. I mean, I've told this girl that sells like rocks and crystals and stuff like that here. And I like her. I like her a lot. And very interesting. And she knows where I stand on things. I'm like, I know something's there, like you said, Sean, but I'm like, I don't know enough. But she even knew, like, even the fact that I wear blue. I mean, it's a very approachable, trusting color. Now, it's intentional, but she said the very first time she met me, she said, when you come in, your aura, you talk about chakras, and I don't fully get all that stuff, but I like some of her stuff, and we talk about it, even though I'm like, I don't know if I'm sold on that stuff, but there's something there we just don't know. Now, you get in science, electrical fields, and you mentioned about when somebody walks in a room. I saw something the other day where something like 128 things fire when it happens, like in our body, just milliseconds or whatever.
Yeah.
It says Sean is in a bad mood. And it's like we're almost subconscious of it. It's like
those first 3 or 4 seconds, we've already formed our opinion of that person.
Well, your heart field, the energetic field of your heart can extend on the average person is like 6 feet in all directions.
That's
for somebody who's very open with their heart, it can extend further. Like it can fill a room.
Yours is.
I can't say you're wrong either. Like I'm open. That's how I feel when I talk to Jackie. I'm like, I'm open to that. I know there's something, and we're so limited. And most people, I think, are not in tune with that stuff. You know.
Well, what's the old saying is sales ultimately is a transference of emotion. So if you have, if you're really feeling it and you have that passion, people are going to feel that. I mean, that's addictive, off of a person. I mean, you can, like, if you watch something or read something, or you're using something that you're excited about, you're going to tell somebody, ultimately. And it's like,
well, let me ask you this. This just popped in my head. Have you ever been used? I don't know how you guys use AI. I use it quite a bit I use it quite a bit for personal stuff, I'll admit.
Right.
Have you ever been using AI and you get teared up at its response?
No.
Have you ever had an emotional response to anything? Well, then you're not using it right. Dude,
I use it as a tool.
I've had some responses from this thing that like hit me emotionally, like really did.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But it's because
you're using it at a deeper level, probably. No. I mean,
some of the topics I'm talking about with it are lean that way anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I think like it's going to be a lot harder to distinguish this than we think. Because I
use it like an employee. Do this, give me this.
Yeah, more logical.
Yeah.
It's hard to be emotional when I'm writing ads, but I ain't crying, not yet. Maybe I should. But again, what topics and all that, I'm very methodical and what I'm doing. But that's an interesting.
Yeah, because I use some of it. I use it for almost like journaling sometimes with a little bit of so it's a feedback partner while I'm journaling. It's one of the ways I use it.
But to your point, Sean, I do agree that people can latch on. Just like I remember the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
when you're isolated, he's isolated on the island, and what is he? I mean, he gets a volleyball.
Yeah,
It's
Wilson.
like, Wilson, that is his comfort, right? I mean, that's who he talks to on a regular basis. And
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get any feedback from Wilson, but
Mhm.
it was someone to talk to.
Right.
Yeah.
Kept him going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's I mean, you get into psychology that it's it's a projection and mirror of yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Well, let's talk about I pulled up some, I don't know. Did you want to cover any of these articles, Jonathan, that you?
No, it's really just a summary. And then, of course,
Yeah.
AI put these together. But the biggest summary of these is soft skills is something that you really need to focus on. I mean, even Jamie Dimon of, he's the CEO of JP Morgan says, hey, you guys, if you don't develop some soft skills, you're screwed because AI is going to be cutting a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, here's a couple of things that I pulled up about how you might build emotional intelligence.
Yep.
One is to intentionally seek out disagreement with consequences.
Nice.
So this says online disagreement is cheap. You can block, mute, log off.
Mm-hmm.
But real growth, real EQ growth comes from staying in a hard conversation with someone and you still have to see the next day.
Ooh.
Right?
That can
we
be...
could block somebody. We can, it's so easy in the online world to have an argument and then just block them and never have that person come back into your life. Right.
I'm open for most things. For me, if somebody said something for me that I feel is super dumb, like God doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that door is smaller, cracked open. It's smaller. I'm like, bro, I don't even have time for this. This is we're 2026. There's so much ridiculousness, but most things I keep the door open. And I always say, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And I will say this is interesting. I have no conscience of this. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just me. Y'all know me. I'm me, always me. And so I can't tell you how many people have said when I'll post an edgy topic every now and then that I'm genuinely curious about. It's not even clickbait. I'm always open to stuff. I'm like, hey, well, what about this or whatever? Maybe Russia's not as bad or something. I don't know. Just something out of curiosity or whatever. And I might have an opinion on it. But people have commented behind the scenes of I like the fact that you've sometimes commented and said you're wrong or you've changed your opinion on something. Yeah. They've actually said that. I've had probably 3 people say that just randomly, not even close people, randomly. I'm like, I'm not conscious of it. I'm just open, And
that goes back to the curiosity, part of your personality. It's you're okay to admit, because you're trying to learn, right? So
totally. It's so jacked up. And the older we get, it's just so crazy, the world. And I'm just talk to me about it. Talk to me about it. Let me get educated about it. And one would be like local politics, I didn't vote. I don't usually vote, but it doesn't for me move the needle. Now they say local is where you want to vote and all this, but I'm sitting there I'm 48 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What has changed since of every election since I've been born?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything move the needle. Oh my God. Jonathan Taylor got elected and man, life is so much better. I don't know. I don't know anybody anywhere.
When's the last election you saw that really turned the tide, right? I mean, to your point.
No, and I'm talking about just local. Now, forget national. In my opinion, is the have-nots and have-yots. So I don't, that's how I feel about everybody on that scale. But locally, people oh, it matters because it's your schools and government, all that. I'm like, they're probably not wrong, but that would be a topic. Even though I don't talk about politics really on my page, but just because I'm uneducated. I didn't even know what an alderman was years ago. I used to go to breakfast with the mayor and just, bro, what's an alderman, And but I'm even more. I just don't think it moves the needle. And people and I watch all these people right now. Oh man, we need this person. Maybe. I guess.
Yeah.
Man. Can I save my vote? We buy me steak and then I'll go vote for that dude if you want me to. Nobody's life changing.
It's the most important election ever.
Yeah, totally. It always is.
Always.
Yeah. Yep. For sheriff. All right. Well, cool. Man. Well,
so here's the here's the thing about disagreement and like seeking it out.
Yeah.
It's just like going to the gym. That
Yes.
friction that it creates builds resilience so that
It
you can have
does.
more of those conversations.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, dude. Repetition. Absolutely.
Yeah. So David, you had that conversation with your videographer. If you have to have a similar conversation, probably not the same one, because that would be a
Yep.
different conversation, really,
Right.
because they wouldn't have changed anything. But a similar conversation, it would be a little easier the next time for both of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Oh,
you,
it's just him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
right.
he knows me, because he still doesn't know me real well. I
right.
mean, he even sent me a text after the call, like right before this thing. I saw a text. Still trying to learn my style, and it's kind of different. But
Yeah.
you know more.
The reason we avoid confrontation is because we don't know if we're going to survive it, right?
Right.
So once you survive confrontation, the more you survive it, the more you realize you can survive it, and the more you're willing to go there.
Yes.
I mean, it's always better, and I don't even want to do it. But and we shouldn't even really have, if we can take it next level, we shouldn't even have confrontation in general. Most things, confrontation, not angry like Republican, Democrat, that but but just like talking like about it, things like just talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that makes sense. Okay, I see where you're coming from. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
It's like going to the gym. I mean, so like I've been working out for a long time. My wife's in and out, and she's been working out steadily the last 6 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time we go to the gym, when we leave, she's like, "I really didn't want to come, but I'm glad I did."
Facts. I mean, I struggle.
Conversations. And I think conversations are the same way, like hard conversations. It's like I really didn't want to have that conversation, but I'm so glad I did.
That's great. I love that.
Same kind of feeling.
And confrontational conversations don't mean they have to be escalated, harsh words, because it's like
it's just uncomfortable.
It's even Proverbs talks. The verse that says a soft answer turns away wrath. It's like you can still be in a confrontational situation, but you don't have to escalate. You can still have a soft answer in that confrontation.
Yeah.
But
and I don't even think, I mean, maybe confrontation is the wrong word. It's just a hard, not even hard, like uncomfortable, I guess is the
people view it as confrontational.
Yeah.
But it's just uncomfortable. Yeah. I think it's just uncomfortable because we're not used to it. So another little tip that I saw was watch your FaceTime to screen time ratio. A lot of people talk about, oh, I got to get my screen time down, or I've got too much screen time.
Right.
Compared to what is the question? Like, so, and David, you do this naturally, like you intentionally, Jonathan, you too, like you intentionally seek out those human to human, face to face conversations.
Right.
So that number could be a much better indicator than zero screen time. Right. Well, great. You don't have any screen time, but what are you doing? Are you out in public? You remember the blue zone things where they talked about people eat healthy and long lives and all that kind of stuff. And they always focused on the diets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only thing that was in common of all the blue zones was all of those were highly social communities.
Yes.
Yeah. And socialization has been proven to be the key to longevity above every other metric, including exercise and food. Community is
community.
The number one.
Yeah. Community relationships, strong family connections. Yeah.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Like, and it's like your brain, mental health is what I'm getting at. Mental health. It's like, dude, when you're alone, and I'm a loner, but like, I think about my dad. I wish my dad got out more. He's 78 years old, and I'm like, man, I get you're independent. I am too, but
yeah,
you gotta find your people, go to church, or not even just for church. Literally, just because there's people there. It could be negative, but it's probably a positive experience. Cool.
Yeah.
Shared experience, but that's like surface level. But he does go to Cracker Barrel with some guys he used to go to school with. They meet like once a month or something, I think, or once a week. I don't know, but I think it's a big thing.
Yeah, isolation will kill a person. I mean, that's we need community, we need feedback, we need to talk to people. So, by the way, Sean, I was going to mention you. I said fraud because that blue zone stuff. I heard. I've heard a lot of that's been fraudulent. Some of that data that came out.
Yeah, some has been cherry picked for sure.
Yeah, it's cherry picked.
Humans Freaking humans. Yeah. Well, we need more
But
AI.
I do agree with you on the commonality is that these are regions where it's strong family ties, close family association, and they
Yeah, no,
do
it's
have
proven.
strong communities. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this is something I've thought about a while because you get into the carnivore versus vegan versus keto
Yeah.
versus whatever, and
Mhm.
like you can poke holes in all of them, but the longevity studies pretty
Mhm.
much show that the people that had social lives lived longer than
Yeah.
people that didn't.
It doesn't matter that they smoked.
No,
A lot of times they smoked, 10 cigars a day.
Yeah.
They drank like a,
but they
like
did it
an
at the cigar
Irishman.
club with other people and had a great time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so
Oh man. Yeah.
yeah. So one of the other ones that I think is underrated is to let boredom happen,
Mm.
Oh God, I need
because
that.
emotional intelligence,
Oh,
a
sorry.
big piece of emotional intelligence.
Speaking of boredom, like I'm not bored here, but I'm just like, God,
Yeah, you're
man,
bored with
I
us.
I
We
need
get
the
it.
boredom. I'm about to watch some MTV after I get off here. I'm gonna go chill and watch some MTV old videos. John Denver, that old
That's
school.
your Friday night routine, and then
It
watching
I thought
is.
videos.
MTV went off the air.
Well, if you got YouTube, it didn't.
Oh,
Like,
got it.
I miss old school, all
Classic.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I need some boredom right now.
So here's the thing, like a big piece of emotional intelligence is the ability to observe yourself in different moments.
Oh,
Mm.
that's interesting.
So if you're always distracted and you're always watching everybody else, but you never take a moment to like think about how you acted or how you behaved or whatever, then you're only getting half the story, right? So you have to have some of those quiet times, with a cup of coffee
Reflection. Yeah.
on a porch, no coffee, no podcast in your ears. Like
Mhm.
you just need some of that completely
Well,
silent time.
that's a good reminder right there
Yeah.
for me,
I really thought about all that. That's really good.
because I'm bad. I'm awful at that. Like
Yeah.
just being quiet with my own thoughts. I have to have some kind of stimulation constantly. It's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a habit I started a few years ago where every morning with my coffee, I will sit in my chair and no reading, no podcast, no
Yeah.
nothing for just a few minutes and just see what floats
Listen.
up to the top,
Right.
And I've had some cool ideas surface like that, but that's,
bet.
that's not why I do it. But,
Mhm.
it's just also it tells your nervous system like, oh, there's no rush. There's no where else to be. There's nothing else to learn. Like we're okay
Yeah.
for 5 or 10 minutes, like,
Right.
because I have
Yeah.
2 cups of coffee. I have that I make in the morning. I have like an open mug, and then I
Yeah.
have like my Yeti mug that holds
Mhm.
stuff. So I make them both in the morning. And the first mug I drink with nothing,
Mhm.
no stimulus, no nothing. And then I take the second mug and go to my computer and start working and sip on that. So that's kind of my timer, is however long it
Yeah.
takes me to drink that first mug of
Well,
coffee.
that's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah,
And,
I like that.
and it's
I need
really
that a
helped.
lot. I
Yeah, it's
posted
helped
something the other
smooth
day.
things out for me and not be so reactive, and jumping right in the day and getting fed information and
Like checking your phone first thing when you wake up, like
yeah,
boom,
Yeah.
hitting with like 50 alerts and emails and
yeah. And even I try to, like, when I'm making my coffee, I don't listen to podcasts. I just make
I
the
know.
coffee,
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
got stuff I'm working on. I just signed on like a ton of clients lately, and I'm very thankful for it. Like, it's awesome. But it's I can't figure out how to turn things off right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's like at 5 o'clock sometimes. Like, I'm working, and there's my boy David Crystal sent me the article the other day about and he didn't know what I was thinking about it. It just happened to be whatever, serendipitous, I guess. But it was about decision fatigue.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
What
Like,
is that?
if you
What is
listen
that?
to, well, I'll send it to y'all, but like basically it's like guys definitely are making so many decisions as a provider and these different things
Oh yeah.
that it's not like he's not interested when say, "Hey, honey, what would you like for dinner?"
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I don't know, man. Like, whatever."
Oh yeah. At
He's
the end
not
of the day.
dismissive. He's like, dude, I've made a million decisions today to try to like
Yeah.
protect the family. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh
And I've been
man.
like that a lot lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
what
get
you
it.
don't realize is it's not just like the quote big or important decisions. If you scroll on Instagram,
yes.
every single reel you look at is a decision whether I'm going to watch it or not.
Right.
Well, that's what I was thinking about the podcast where you're not doing
Yeah.
it in coffee. I know what you're talking about because you're going to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
like, oh, am I doing that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And it's just more information coming in. But as you scroll, every single picture you see or every video you see, you have to decide, am I going to give this my attention? No, keep scrolling. Oh, I like this
Mhm.
one. Every one of those is a decision. And if you're doing that for 15 minutes, that's, a couple hundred decisions in 15
Yeah.
minutes that we didn't used to have to make even 15 years ago.
Right.
No.
Like
No.
it didn't even exist as an option. And now that's hundreds of micro
It
decisions.
was a
we have to
different
make.
platform. It was mostly email 15 years ago.
But we still
Yeah.
have email. That hasn't
Yeah.
gone away.
So we
social
have
media's
double.
a new
We have
one
triple.
yeah, easily. It's like the number of ads we see, has increased, exponentially the last 30 years and all that.
Right.
I mean, it's why I
Mhm.
got off social media. It's just like, it's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
It is. No, I think about that a lot. I think, I've been thinking about my relationship with God and just family and just different things, which is normal stuff. But it's like, and I'm a freak on my time, but I got it. But dude, if you saw my usage, I'm on my phone all the time. Now I will say, I don't know if I'm addicted. Maybe I'm addicted, but like, I don't watch sport. Like I like information. I am
Yeah.
ridiculous on information and I can consume it. And I'm like, what else am I going to do? Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know anything else.
That's
Not
to
in a
you.
bad-
That's relaxing is to listen
it's
to
not
a
totally
documentary or something like that on your
Yeah,
spare time.
documentary. Even though I'm so applied to my life,
Yeah.
I will say I paid this guy $12,000. This consultant dude for ads, and I started going down the content. That's kind of relaxing, even though it's decision fatigue,
Mhm.
but it's still like kind of relaxing to me, But maybe I hadn't tried enough stuff yet. Like I don't want to go fishing or anything, but I have 4 or 5 things I do to relax. I've got multiple massages lately, but like I said, I'm gonna go get something to eat and I'm gonna go watch music, music videos because like I've learned that I'm not creative. Then I can tell, like I'm not even trying to like, dude. If I could have done that music video, or I could have sang like Steve Perry, or whatever, I'm not thinking anything like that. My brain is like, bro, like I ain't never heard "Forever Young" by
Yeah.
again, I'm like, oh my God, there's Rod Stewart, Forever Young. Yes, cool.
But there's something calming about being kind of taken back in time, like
100%. Because I think about
nostalgia.
it with T-ball.
Yeah.
I can see Saturday mornings going to baseball in Murfreesboro
Mhm.
and Rod Stewart because of the 80s. Rod Stewart was playing Forever Young, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh man, it's like,
Oh yeah.
We went to Fall Creek Falls the other day, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite.
Oh, I love that place.
And they tore down the in COVID or something. They tore down the thing. They got a bunch of money and made the lodge so nice. We only stayed one night and we hiked and stuff, but
Yeah.
man, it was nice. But I will say I got up at 1:30 in the morning because I've been studying AI, and I went in the lobby from 1:30 to 2:30 and studied AI. I went back to bed. That's my life. I do that. I'm not saying it's great, but I got weird sleep.
At Fall Creek Falls, you were like learning AI and stuff. That's all.
Yeah, it's a very crazy. But I was like awake. I have weird sleep patterns, whatever. And I was awake and I was sitting there like, okay, I'm going to be up a minute.
Mhm.
And their lobby is nice. And literally the worker at the front desk was the only one there. It was oddly quiet because nobody. And I figured out some things with AI that I'm doing. I'll tell y'all later about it. But but I was just like binging very specific stuff or whatever. And I was there for like 2 hours. And then I literally 3:30 got back in bed and slept till like 7. And but I it's advantage because I get ahead of people, but that was also relaxing. That wouldn't even like work for me. But I do need to during the day. Sometimes I didn't even bring my phone because like I didn't want to like at all. But I think we all need to get off like electronics more. I mean, I'm pot calling kettle black. I think we all got to do it because our brain needs to reset. I tried to get out today. I actually was going to go out of town today. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going, but I thought about even going to Montego, hour and a half away, and staying the night at this place I like.
Which going back to kind of our original point is like, I think that the premium that people are going to look at, you know, in these coming years, not only soft skills, but these quiet moments of interaction, solitude, like, you know, being in environments where it's person to person communication.
Yeah.
Well, Gary Vaynerchuk has said several times on different, you know, things, people are going to pay you to take a walk and talk with them with no phones, nothing else. They're going to pay you to go on a trail
I can see that,
and walk with them and talk with them.
Yep.
And I think that's true.
I met a guy, Norman Johnson, like he lives in Smyrna, and I did a consult with him, and he has a interesting hiking business. Like he liked to hike, he would hike and stuff. It started during COVID, and now he's like one of the biggest rated people in Yelp, like locally in Nashville. And but all kinds of people go out, like you said, for a hike. And the hike could be around a sidewalk at a lake. Like true story. Like he did one for doctors. All these doctors showed up, and all they want to do is talk to each other because they don't get together and actually talk to each other. And they actually just want to talk to each other. And they just walked on the sidewalk, did a little hiking. They want to do something outside.
Yeah.
And go back and do whatever.
Yeah. I think it's amazing the people that will pay to go to, like, literally go to conferences and networking events, not for the information itself, but they just want to interact and talk to people. That's what they're paying for ultimately.
Yep. No, I love it.
For human connection. Yeah.
Guys, I gotta jump off here. I got MTV calling. No, I don't.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I do gotta call people back.
I finished off the that bottle of
yeah. Now this thing will light you up, and as what's his name said on
it'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk. You know, it'll get you drunk. Like it'll get you drunk. That thing was lit up or whatever. I'm probably gonna drink it because I'm like, I want to chill, but I've got a little bit more work to do before I call it a day. But let's do this again. I always enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. We'll talk to you later, man. Talk to you next week.
See
you, Dave. Good stuff. Always fun to have the detonator.
The detonator, yeah. So there's one more point I was going to make if you got a second.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So one thing I was thinking about is if everyone is using Claude or something similar in their business and whatever, and we've already seen this, right? It starts to sound the same.
Yeah.
So what value? So that's no longer valuable. So if everything sounds the same, what's the opposite of that? And that's sounding different.
Yeah.
Variation. So variation becomes valuable. And the only way you're going to, as AI proliferates and gets more and more used and more common, then the differentiator is going to be the humans that are left that are different than the, you know, sum total or the average of what AI output is. And you're already seeing that, right? You're already seeing AI slop and all that stuff where it's just everything sounding the same and things like that. I mean, I could fight the other way too and say that AI will learn that that's not effective and it'll probably start to build in variations when it learns to think a little bit differently. But now,
you sent me
variation is important.
Yeah, you sent me a graph last week that it's plateaued in some ways. It's completely flattened out. Which is kind of contrary to what the expectations were. The expectations is that it'll continually, gradually increase and get better and better. But what they're finding is it's starting to plateau in some ways because it's pulling out information. It's pulling from human information that's on the web, and it's learned as much as it can, and then it's getting probably some degree because humans, there's a lot of dumb people in the world. Let's just be blunt about it. It's going to learn some stupid stuff.
Yeah,
it's it's not pulling, and maybe it is at some point. It starts to pull from it starts to segment the information that it pulls from, right? And so that it's not pulling from everything, but it ultimately, it has to make a judgment call at some point as to what's worth learning from and what's worth not, or what
Yeah.
it shouldn't be learning from. So,
And I mean, it is a prediction machine at this point. So
Yeah.
by default, it has to go with the most predictable answer, to be
right,
based on what's going on. So it automatically kind of assumes the average or most predictable response. So if
Right.
you can be unpredictable, then that's going to be more valuable
absolutely, yeah,
in the future. So
yeah.
theoretically,
You've got to
none of us
be,
know.
yeah, exactly. It could also learn to be,
Yeah.
unpredictable and unique
Yeah.
in some ways, I guess. So,
And it has done that in some cases, got out of the sandbox last
Right.
couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
nobody was expecting that, and it did it. So it's like,
Yeah.
you could slice this another way, but I think even if it's not for like getting ahead and success, you want to learn emotional intelligence for your own sanity, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
Like you're gonna
Right.
need other humans at some point.
Mhm.
I always think about the Bruce Willis movie. I don't think it gets enough play, but it was ahead of its time in Surrogates.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, when he was, they had they sat in the chair, they hooked up to avatars that
Mhm.
went out and were in the world, and they never had to experience the world, and they were locked in their, he never saw his wife. She was in the next bedroom in her chair. He was in his
Yeah.
chair.
Right.
And like that movie, some of the details are probably off, but it's frighteningly close to
Mhm.
seeing two people on the sofa, each on the phone in different worlds,
Right.
seeing different ads, seeing different feeds. Like
Yeah.
it's two different worlds that
Yeah.
person lives in, and it spills into politics. It spills into, fashion or sports or whatever you're into. Like the algorithm just caters to that, and then the other person's got their world that they're in.
Right.
So yeah, it's
I will say that one of the trends that I'm noticing, I don't know how much time you spend on LinkedIn, but I spend probably a little more time on LinkedIn than any other platform, just because that's where a lot of my,
Yeah.
target market is. And so I'm seeing, and I think it's really getting frustrating because you're starting to see a lot of what I call AI slop, where people are posting things that you can tell that it's pretty much been written by AI. It's long form copy or a long form post, but you can really tell that this is AI writing this. And I think people are there's gonna start to be at some point a pushback from that. Is like people are just gonna either abandon LinkedIn as a platform, or LinkedIn's gonna crack down on that, where it's like, okay, that's enough of this shit. Or so to that advantage, I don't do that. I don't use AI for posting or anything like that. Everything I post on LinkedIn is typically related to things that I do and interviews that I've had with guests on my podcast, or things that are very relevant. But I see a lot of the slop out there for sure.
Yeah. And which ironically actually makes it easier that if you just have a little bit of personality in your writing,
right.
Like you'll stand out.
Yep. For sure.
Big time.
Yep.
Or even if you just, you don't have to, you need to be a decent writer, but if you can just not use AI, and even if you're not as good of a writer, it's just going to feel more human.
Right.
And people are going to catch that.
Absolutely.
And I do think AI will continue to get better, but I do think it's going to continue to sound the same for a while.
Right.
Like, even if it gets better, like you'll still know that was AI and this isn't.
Yes.
At some level, like I can hear the cadence of AI when somebody reads a post to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like even if somebody's doing a great job with their teleprompter and they're making eye contact and they've rehearsed it, I can still hear the AI in it because they use the AI to write the script.
Yeah.
And there's just, and I do think it'll get better and it'll be harder to detect, but, for now it's just put a little more personality in,
Yeah.
and put your own stories in. That's
yeah.
a big one.
That's the thing that I realize that I see that a lot of people are neglecting is like the, what's the old saying? What's same, the lane, the everyday, you go back to Seinfeld, like the everyday idiosyncrasies and
Yeah.
the things that you find that are the most mundane are typically the most interesting in other people's eyes.
Yeah.
So in AI, you you can tell when somebody tries to do that, and it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if you
too
just
on
tell
the
your,
it's too on the nose. When
For
stories
sure.
are too on the nose or posts are too on the nose, then it's like it's suspiciously AI generated.
Yeah.
Um,
And most people aren't even using stories, even with AI, right?
Right.
Because it's hard to get a good story out of AI
right.
without a really good prompt or, some
Yeah.
research and things like that. But man, you just don't need much. And this was true too in the blogging world. So it's not,
Mhm.
people would try to blog for search engine results and they wouldn't use a story at the beginning. They would just 7 benefits of vitamin B, and there's 45 articles on the same thing. But then one person tells a story
Right.
and how vitamin B helped them. And this is
Yeah.
where they were before. That one's interesting. Right.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have to be a long story. It just needs to be proof that this affected my life, not I'm just writing content.
Right.
And I think that's missing. And that's, I think, a form of emotional intelligence is being able to tell those stories and relate to people
Mhm.
and all that. So
that is one of the reasons I'm reviving. I think this will be my third edition of my Selling on the Green book. So my plan is to have it out early next year. A new edition of that, just because I think it's more important than ever in the world of sales. So it's all about building face-to-face human connections and relationships. But from my standpoint, golf has been a great way of doing that. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have to worry about AI or anything like that, going on the golf course with clients and
not yet.
not yet.
At
least not for the next 10 years.
Yeah, have a robot out there as a golf pro, and who knows.
Yeah.
But that definitely gives you more runway if you can do that and know how to have a 3-hour, 4-hour conversation with somebody in spurts and all that, because it's a different type of conversation to do that on a golf course. And not make it weird. Not be the guy that you might see on a comedy, like the sales guy on a golf trip on a comedy of some kind.
Yep.
You don't want to be that guy. So
nope.
Well, it's good, man. I don't think we solved anything, but it's good to talk about.
It's
and
good conversation.
Get out there.
Good conversation to have.
Yeah.
I think we'll be having more of these conversations over time.
Yeah.
Just the way things are heading. It's there's something about human connection, and it's, you just can't replace it. So
nope. Yeah, you gotta have it.
Right. Good deal. That's episode 443. Again, we I think our guest that was scheduled today will I think likely be on for next week. Should be very interesting. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Check us out, persuasionbythepint.com. Check us out on all of your favorite podcast platforms, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.